welcome back to another video here at NBA Addict TV, where we provide the latest NBA content on the tube. Before we get started, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. We are on the road to 1K subscribers. Now, ladies and gentlemen, last season the Miami Heat were surprisingly good. As a team, the roster was filled with gritty, underdog players that wanted to prove themselves, led by the ultimate underdog himself in Jimmy Butler. As we all know, the playoffs were hosted in the Orlando bubble, where the Heat looked incredibly dominant, sweeping the Indiana Pacers, beating the Bucks 4-1 and beating the Celtics 4-2. Now, when it came to the NBA Finals, a couple factors came into play. Not only did their leading scorer in Goran Dragic miss a majority of the finals with a foot injury, Bam Adebayo also missed a couple games, but what most importantly stuck out is that Jimmy Butler cannot be the best player on a championship contending team. Yes, I know, he had a heroic Game 3, dropping 40 points, 11 rebounds, 13 assists, leading the Heat to a win, but after that game, he didn't see the same success throughout the series. We know the type of player Jimmy Butler is. He's a hard-working guard that can give you anything from 25 to 20 points. He has worked on his playmaking ability, and he actually plays defense. And it would be unfair to ask Jimmy Butler to put up that type of stat line on a consistent basis. He just isn't that guy. The Heat eventually lost the series 4-2, and it makes you wonder, was the Miami Heat actually supposed to be in the finals at all? Now, in today's video, we're going to be talking about if the Miami Heat's finals run was a fluke and why they have been so awful to start the season. The Heat are currently 7-12 and sitting at the 13th seed in the Eastern Conference. Their record is a result of Jimmy Butler being out after getting the virus and only playing 7 games. It was also reported that Jimmy Butler lost 12 pounds in a week due to the virus. Hope that man gets well soon, but he played last night, which is a good sign. Tyler Herro also only played 11 games and Avery Bradley only played 8 games. So they have had some inconsistencies in their lineup, but besides that, a couple things changed in the East from last year. The Brooklyn Nets are the new three-headed monster in the East, and it's going to be very difficult trying to take that team down, even more so now that they traded for James Harden. Also, the 76ers are a brand new team. The new GM and Daryl Morey did a fantastic job surrounding Embiid and Simmons with shooters. I have always been high on Seth Curry since he was on the Portland Trail Blazers, and I don't understand why teams keep moving him. That man is a sniper. But also, they were able to move Al Horford and his horrible contract, which seemed impossible last year. And Doc Rivers came in and now has this team playing some of the best basketball they ever have, making Joel Embiid look like the league's MVP. And Tobias Harris is looking even more comfortable in their system. The Boston Celtics will continue to elevate as long as Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum is on that roster, but Kemba Walker needs to go. And Giannis and the Bucks will continue to be a problem, although his lack of having a half-court offense gets exposed in the playoffs. All in all, the Eastern Conference got better and the Miami Heat did not make any moves to enhance the roster this season. Was that the right move? Yeah, you could argue that. Maybe you bet on the development of Bam and Tyler Herro as well as Duncan Robinson and continue to be competitive for years to come. But let's be honest, the Heat had that playoff run due to Goran Dragic and Jimmy Butler leading that team to wins. But let's remember, Goran Dragic is 34 years old and Jimmy Butler is 31 years old. Are you willing to bet that those players get better as well? I know LeBron James is 36 years old and still bowling, but not every star ages as gracefully as he does. One may even argue you should trade Dragic, Kelly Olynyk, Kendrick Nunn, and some draft picks for Bradley Beal. I know I said that the Bucks should trade for Bradley Beal as well. At this point, any Eastern Conference team that is not the Brooklyn Nets should make a move for Beal. Making a move for him may just catapult this team to the top of the conference among teams like the Sixers and Nets. I know it is still early in the season and things could change. They could go on a win streak and be back in the playoff picture, but it would be best to make a trade for Beal now rather than later before an Eastern Conference competitor beats you to it. Let's get a hashtag free Beal in the comment section. Alright guys, before we wrap this up, have y'all been watching the Utah Jazz? If you haven't, make sure you tune into my next video because they have been on fire. So that's all we got for today's video, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe. If you find yourself coming back to my channel for NBA content, make sure you do that, and I'll see y'all next video.